Oh, let's go with another video. And today we're talking about you being the only person that is going to cause the change in your life. And I'd like to talk about this because I was on a call last night with the team I'm on, and we were talking about the guy that's in charge. He was talking about at the end that you can be in the perfect opportunity. You could have the perfect job, and you could be working remotely. You could be getting paid £10 million per close. But if you don't turn up to the calls, if you don't send out the messages, if you don't make the closes, if you don't make the deals, then you're not going to get paid. You're not going to make that progress. If you don't go to the gym, you're not going to get bigger. You're not going to get stronger. If you don't go and spar, you're not going to get used to being punched in the face. There are so many different references I can use, so many different metaphors, whatnot, but it's only you putting yourself out there, taking the action, completing what is needed to be done. That's the only thing that's actually going to cause change and cause an improvement and make progress for you. So if you're constantly procrastinating and just putting things back and not wanting to do them, but you feel like you deserve more, you've got to wake up a bit, and you've got to have a vision of the current position you're in, and you've got to see that current position. If you really want it to change, you've got to view it as unacceptable. You've got to view everything you do, if it's not working, if it's not moving toward that goal, you've got to view it as unacceptable. And obviously you can take a little bit of time off, and you can go and see your family, you can take breaks, but you've got to understand if it's not working toward that goal, if it's not providing you with progress, if you're not working toward it by doing some sort of action, then what you're doing is useless. It's pathetic. It's just not going to help at all. You're going to sit there and you're going to procrastinate over and over again. You're going to delay what needs to be done constantly for days, maybe for weeks, and you could just keep putting it back, and eventually you're not going to make any progress. Well, you're not going to make any progress at all if you just keep setting things back. But if you decide to take action, just a bit every day, just a small bit, eventually until it becomes a habit, but keep pushing yourself and striving for more, to do more, to work harder, to do more work, to earn more money, to get better in the gym. If you keep striving for more and you keep taking action toward it, every day you take another step, eventually you're going to reach your goals. And it's just a matter of how long is it going to take? How can you make it take less time? How can you improve how can you make bigger steps? How can you make the journey shorter? Whatever it is, you've just got to keep looking at it and keep thinking, keep reanalyzing what the path is for you and how you can do it better. Just keep reanalyzing, keep looking at what you need to do to get to that goal, and then keep adjusting it so that it works for you best. How do I make the most money? Sales job. Done. Okay. Where's the best sales job? There. Okay. This sales job was good 6 months ago. It's not anymore, so I'm going to go for this one instead. And if you delay, then you're just going to so how do I make money? Oh, I'll have a look tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes around. Oh, I'll have a look tomorrow. You keep delaying it. Whereas there's the you that actually took action. First of all, it's like, how do I make money? And by the end of the day, he's already doing outreach for the job that he wants. Or he's already designing the training program to develop the physique he wants. He's already at the gym, working out and training to develop that physique. He's not sat at home saying, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. He's already on a good diet, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect. You've just got to take action. You've just got to work towards something. You've got to take a step into the unknown that you don't know about. Just take a step toward it, towards something better than just not doing anything, something else. Because what you're doing is you're just going to sit there and keep procrastinating, keep setting things aside and keep delaying them, and you just won't make any progress. You've got to take those steps out of your comfort zone, put yourself in some sort of difficulty and adversity, and it can just be something little. Something small like going to the gym, going and talking to that person, putting yourself out there on YouTube, trying to get a sales job, whatever it may be. If it's just out of your comfort zone, you're going to be making progress. You're going to be developing a new experience, a new way to handle that experience. And you've got to keep doing it day in, day out. Keep making progress, keep advancing yourself in all these different levels. And yes, it's going to take time, and yes, it's going to be difficult, but it's simple. It's so simple. There are so many people that overthink what you need to do and what it takes to become successful and what you actually need to do in order to achieve it. But in reality, it's just so simple, but people overthink it. It's not easy. People mistake simple for easy. It's not easy, but it's simple. It doesn't take that many steps. It's not going to overwhelm you with having to learn all these different things, and it won't take that long. But it's just, you've got to show up day in, day out, clock in, clock out, do your 6, 8, 10 hours a day on that new thing, and then after months, maybe a year, you'll start to see how much progress you've actually made. You'll be able to look back and think, I can't believe I was ever procrastinating because I've made this much progress. Like when I first started the gym, I was a scrawny little bugger. I was skinny and I was like, oh, I really need to start getting bigger for rugby and that kind of thing. I was really wanting to get bigger. And then now I look back at how small I was and what I was doing at the beginning, and no, I may not have done everything right, but I took action on it. I learnt new things. I spent time looking into the best ways to do a certain exercise, the best exercises for what I wanted to achieve. And I'll admit, I didn't do it all right. I wasn't eating right, I wasn't training perfectly, but it gave me experience to look back now and know what I shouldn't do if I want to achieve that goal, what's better to do. And you've got to view failure as, it's not that you failed, it's not that you've lost. What you've done really is you've learned a way not to do something. You've learned something to avoid when you're doing a certain task. And by doing all of these new things, by constantly taking action and taking steps to improve day in, day out, you're going to eventually get better as long as you're taking these steps and taking action. And that's the thing. You being the only person that can change it. You can have the best job. You can have the best mentor. You can have the best position in life ever for a starting point. But if you're not going to be the person to take the step toward the dream goal, to take the step toward progress, then there's no point having that good position. There's no point having all of these mentors and all of the courses, because if you're not going to take action, if you're going to keep procrastinating, you're not going to make any progress. You can keep delaying these things and it's not going to help. All you need to do is one little thing every day to get yourself started, and then slowly up it. Keep yourself a little bit uncomfortable, keep yourself on the edge so that you're not doing so much that it's going to burn you out, but you're not doing so little that it takes you 10 minutes and you're not actually interested by doing it. Do enough so you're like, okay, this is difficult, but I'm still doing it. But don't do too much to the fact where you're like, oh my God, I've been working all day, I really don't want to work tomorrow, and you feel like you need a day off. Just keep doing the adequate amount every day to keep making progress. So train every day, do the certain amount of outreach or work every day, do enough to constantly keep yourself stimulated enough and interested enough that you want to keep doing it, but don't do so much that you feel bored and you're overstimulated to the point that you don't want to do it anymore. You think, oh, I've been working so much, I'm really not enjoying it, I just want to go and do something else and sit back and relax and go on holiday. You want to be able to say, I'm looking forward to my work because it only takes me X amount of time, but I feel great after doing it because I know I've accomplished something, and I still get free time at the end of the day to go and do what I want. You want to be able to say that you've accomplished something, but also be able to say that you can do what you want within your own time. And a lot of people, they overthink it as oh, this person can help me, this person is going to make me better, I'm going to watch this person's YouTube videos and they're going to make me the perfect version of myself. That's wrong. You can read as much as you want. You can watch many YouTube videos as you want. You could watch as many podcasts. You could listen to as many audiobooks. You could do anything. You could watch as many courses. You could do as much networking as you want. You can meet every single billionaire on the planet. But if you're not willing to listen and implement to what you've learned and to take action on what you've been taught, then you're not going to make any progress. You've got to utilize what you learn, what you hear, what you've been taught, the people that you're around. You've got to utilize what they have, what you've learned, to your advantage and to their advantage. You've got to just take action on so many things. But it doesn't have to be so many things. You will take action, just such a little amount that it will make progress. And people overestimate how much it's going to take. Like with doing YouTube videos, it's not that difficult. All I have to do is decide on a topic I want to talk about, and then I'll sit here in front of the camera and I'll ramble on for 10-15 minutes. And I know, probably not a great way to do it. There are better ways to do it, but that's how I feel comfortable doing it. Eventually I'll probably find an editor or something and do it a different way. But for now, I'm happy with figuring out a topic throughout the day. Midday comes along and I'll talk about that topic for 10-15 minutes and then done, and just post the video. That's all I need to do. And I procrastinated it and delayed it for so long because I thought it was going to be something that was going to be really difficult. I didn't want to get laughed at college. I didn't want people to look at me and think, oh, he's doing a YouTube video. Oh, look at him, he think he's so cool. And now I look back and think it would have been so much better if I started then and just kept at it. I'd be at such a better position now. But the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. Like, you can't do anything in the past because we can't go back in time. But what you can do is start now. You can take action now. You can take a step toward whatever your goal may be. You can do it today. I don't care if it's setting an alarm for the next morning. I don't care if it's ordering that book online. I don't care if it's setting out your routine, choosing a diet, start looking for a job, whatever it is. As long as you take action right now, pause the video, go and do it, go and decide what you actually want to do, and then take a step toward it, and to keep taking steps towards it every day, you're eventually going to get there. It may take a few weeks, months, may even take a year, but if you keep at it, eventually it's going to happen. It's just going to take time, and you've got to put up with that. You're going to have to realise that these things take time, great things take time, but it's not easy, it's just simple. You've got to stick at it. And you look at having a good physique, you look at being rich. The only reason that people want that is because it's difficult to attain, it's hard to get. And the reason it's hard to get is not because it's super intense for every single period of the day, but it's consistent intensity. It's doing a hard thing every day, be it with your work, be it with your fitness, be it with your diet, with the relationships you have, doing something difficult every day to take a step toward that goal and just doing it consistently. Like, I could do a super intense 10-hour workout and work out every single muscle in my body, but if I only did that once a year, I'm not going to make any progress. It's all about doing it consistently, taking that step consistently, because if you don't take those steps consistently, you're gonna lose momentum and you won't be able to keep going. You have to take action, and you have to do it every day, because that is what's going to help you so much. You're going to be able to keep that momentum going and then keep the ball rolling, and you're going to be like, oh my god, I feel great. Like, a few weeks in, you're like, I feel like I've made so much progress. Or a few months in, you feel like, look at me back then, I wasn't doing anything right, but now I'm making so much progress. And it's because you've done all the learning and taken all of the action, gone through all of the things that didn't work through trial and error. You now know what does work, and you can use that to your advantage. So constantly taking action and realising you're the only one that's going to be able to make that change, and just taking those steps day in, day out, one step at a time in every aspect, then eventually success is going to come. And it'll take time, but eventually you'll be able to look back a year later, 2 years later, a decade later, and you'll think, I'm so grateful for just taking that one step, because that's what started it all. You look back and think, if I didn't do that, would I have ever taken the step? If I didn't start at that exact moment, would I have ever done it? And you think about these things. Like, I look back, if I didn't play rugby, would I have ever gotten into the gym? Would I even be on self-improvement if I didn't go to the gym? All these different things, it's all down to just taking that first bit of action. Like, start taking care of yourself, start going to the gym, start doing regular exercise, start looking to get more money and how to earn more money. Whatever it may be, start improving it. Start learning how to conversate properly, talk to people better, and word your points and opinions properly so you can actually hold a conversation to the point where you're not scared of interaction with people, you're not scared of confrontation. You can talk to people square in the face, you make good eye contact, you shake their hand properly, and you're not scared. You can look at it and be like, I've come so far and I've made so much progress since this point, and that's because I took action. Yes, you can say, I had help from this person, I had help from this course, I had help from this book, I learned it from here, I did all of this, but the only reason that those things helped is because you took action on what you learned and what you had access to, and you applied it to your day-to-day life. You applied it to what you do. So you've got to take action. You've got to, yes, it's important to learn, to consistently take on new information and apply what works and learn from trial and error. But you cannot just sit back and think that reading a book every day is going to help you get better. If you don't apply anything from that book, nothing's going to happen. If you don't apply anything from that podcast, nothing's going to happen. If you don't listen to what your mentor says, and if you don't apply the method they're telling you to use, it's not going to work, because you're not using anything. You're not choosing to use anything that you've learned. It's just, imperfect action is better than inaction, and it's just ridiculous to see people thinking that doing the same thing every day, they expect to get different results from it. You've got to keep trying, keep expanding your knowledge, your portfolio of what you do, to the point where you're learning something new every day and you're developing everything every day or every week. And yes, it's taking time, but over time you become such a better person that it's just amazing the progress you made. You look back and you're so grateful for the journey you've been on, and it's not so much the end result that you're happy about. You're like, yeah, I look great now, but I'm so glad I went through all of these different stages of working out. Yeah, I'm making lots of money now, but I'm so glad about all the lessons I learned and all the people I met along the way. It's the journey that you look back and you enjoy more than the actual result. I think that's going to be it for today. I just want to say thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up. And remember, take action. Just take action. Some sort of action. Decide what you want to go and do and take a step toward it today. Finish the video now. Take a step towards what you want to go and achieve. Go do it. Go achieve something. Take action. Cheers, guys.